Wolf Gang, we back in this thing, man. Today I got 6 disadvantages of dating someone with kids. All right, it's a common thing, you know. Now it's up to you whether you want to. I'm not doing this video to try to dissuade you from dating somebody with kids. I've dated multiple girls with kids, but I'm just letting you know what you got to deal with. I know from experience. I'm not just talking on my ass. Like, I know this, right? I'm true to this, not new to this, all right? So let's just hop right into this G thing. The first one, dealing with somebody with kids, man, the ex may come around and cause problems. I don't know about all, but if you dated somebody with kids, you probably experienced this, all right? It's like things could be going good between you and your partner, but then they dealing with some issues with the ex, like the ex trying to be difficult. So now it's messing up what you and your partner trying to get accomplished, you know? And that's unfair. You especially like because it's not your ex, but it seems like damn, I got to deal with this person just as much as they do just because, they got kids with the person. I always say like, especially when it comes to like women and a baby daddy, the baby daddy always has access, you know, some way, somehow. They gonna always have access to him. Now, I'm not saying it'll be sexual. I'm not saying all that, but just know it's a possibility. I'm just keeping it 100, especially if they still in contact. Don't let them hang out or be trying to spend family time with the kid. Yeah, no, 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 no. Number two, one thing which it makes sense. The kids gonna always come first, right? That's one thing you got to deal with when you're dating somebody. As they should though. The kids should always come first. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but let's be real. We human. Sometimes you may want to spend time with your boo, but then you can't even spend time with them because either the kids got practice or the ex don't want to watch their own kids, shit like that, right? So that means you gotta kind of like fight for time with your significant other with the kids sometimes, and that could get frustrated. I'm gonna be real, that could get really frustrating. So just be prepared for that. Number three, I've been through this one too. The kids may not even like you. The kids may not like you. It's common where, especially if it's multiple kids, at least one may not like you. All right. And you just got to live with that because they probably don't want their parent with a new person. They probably wish their parents were still together. So that's just something that, hey, you can either put up with it or you cannot put up with it. But it's something to consider. Number four is kind of going back to what I was saying with number one. The ex, like when two people have kids with each other, that's one of the most intimate things that you could do. And sometimes like they'll break up, but it'll still be some unfinished business between the two, right? And people always go back to where we got a kid together and this and that. So it's like a connection that they will always have. All right. And so the ex may come around and try to reconnect. A lot of times too, the ex don't like to see, you know, they the mother of their kids or the father of their kids with somebody new, somebody different, right? They don't want nobody new around their kids for one, and for two, like they say, the most attractive person be your ex with the next person, right? So when all that is said and done, the ex will probably try to come back and swiggle his way back in that thing. And if your partner still got feelings for their ex, then they may reconnect, right? They may want to give it another shot. Or I'm gonna be real, like when it comes to women, the baby daddy might come back and hit. I'm gonna be real. It's a lot of times women be like, "Oh, well, I got kids with him, so I might as well just let him hit or whatever, this and that." Like it's always that too. The little sneaky links. You think they just co-parenting, Yeah, they doing more than co-parenting, you know. So you got to pay attention to that. Next, number 5, the kids could get attached to you when you're dating somebody with kids. And that's always rough on the kids, because let's say you was dating somebody for like 2 or 3 years, you built a relationship with the kid, y'all close. They may even become like your own kids, right? But let's say you don't work out with your partner, then you got to deal with that. Then the kid suffers because they became attached to you, right? And this is why you got to make sure, if you got a kid, you got to make sure the person that you bringing around your kid is really going to be there for the long run and not just some type of fling, because kids easily get attached. I've experienced that too. They'll get attached to you. Then you no longer coming around. They asking mommy, hey, where's Jay? Why Jay not coming around no more? Right? Where he at? Then you gotta explain, y'all ain't together, this, that, and the third. So then that's gonna affect the kid. And they might be scared to get close to the next person you bring around. So that's another thing, man. That's another thing. The kids get attached. Number 6, the last one for this video. You may have to deal with emotional trauma that was caused by the ex, man. Sometimes people just don't be fully over, they don't be fully healed from the relationship they had with their ex, with the father of their kids or the mother of their kids, right? So sometimes you got to deal with that. Oh, he used to do this to me, and you starting to trigger me. You triggering these emotions that I have built up that I never took the time to heal. So now I'm giving my trauma and all my issues and problems, and I'm dumping them on you, expecting you to be Captain Save them and fix everything. And that would be unfair for you. If you had, I've dealt with all this, man. It's hard when you gotta try to build with somebody, right? You're trying to build your own relationship, but at the same time, it's like you also trying to undo some of the things that their ex caused. So it's like you're trying to clean up somebody else's mess and not make a mess yourself, if that makes sense. And it could get tough. It could get difficult. But this don't even got to do with somebody with kids. This should just be anybody, just an ex. They ain't even got to have kids, They could just not be healed. But what I'm saying is you have to deal with that. You may deal with the emotional trauma from the kids, too. The kids used to see the parents beating each other up in front of them, right? So now they emotionally scarred. So now when you come around and you somebody new, they definitely don't trust you. They definitely think, okay, he gonna do the same thing to my mama that my dad was doing, right? All because they seen too much. So now they scarred. Now they traumatized. So now you may have to deal with your partner trauma and the kids trauma. Oh, don't forget your own trauma. So yeah. All that, you're gonna end up traumatized with all that trauma. Real talk. So, hey, those were 6 disadvantages. Now, it is some some pros to it too, right? It's some benefits to it. But, I'll probably do that in a different video. I just wanted to get the cons out the way real quick. And but it's not to discourage you from dating somebody with kids, because sometimes people find the love of their life and they may have a kid. I'm not saying that. Just be prepared. Just be well aware and well informed of what you could be getting yourself into. Don't rush. Really evaluate. All right, man. If y'all made it this far, I want you to type disadvantage. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this in the algorithm. Till the next time.